Hello everyone, my name is Kosta. I import wine from the country of Georgia. Georgian people are not like any of our surrounding neighbors. Georgians are not Turks, Russians, or the Persians. Georgians have their own unique cultural heritage and even have their own language. Georgia is located in easternmost Europe, nested in the Caucasus Mountains, right between the Black and the Caspian Sea. Interesting region geopolitically to say the least. But I do want to point out that generally Georgia is viewed as the teddy bear of the region. They maintain really good relationships with all of their neighbors and usually don't get involved with regional conflicts. The first wine that we picked for this series is Georgian Valley's Arketzteli. This particular Arketzteli is crisp, bright. It's lots of minerality, kind of lemon zest, little notes of peach maybe, but the main thing is it's really really lean and crisp and refreshing. It's really good for any kind of fatty foods or seafood. It's if you like Pinot Grigios from like northern Italy, you will love this wine. It's like Pinot Grigio on steroids, just super bright, refreshing, and will leave your mouth watering. So unlike the first Arketzteli that's made in a classic European style, this Arketzteli is made in a traditional Georgian style. This is a natural wine made in Qvevri. With people that are a little more familiar with this style of wine, this kind of wine is usually referred to as skin contact wine, or a term that you might be more familiar with is orange wine. It's going to be a little more tannic, a little more structured, and drink almost more like a red wine rather than a white wine, even though it's made from white grapes. Expect notes of honey and apricot with a really nice acidity on the finish. In case you've never had orange wine before or don't know what it is, I'm going to try to do like a quick 30-second crash course on what an orange wine is. For that, let's just quickly revisit the anatomy of the grape. Okay, so you have the skins on the outside, skin of the grape, the pulp, the seeds, and the stem, right? Okay, so for red wines, when you make a red wine, you crush the grapes, and the skin and the juice and the must, everything goes into the fermentation tank where it ferments for a couple of weeks, and then after that the skins and the juice is separated, and the juice itself is then wine, is put into oak barrels to age. Now with white wine, you have to remove the skin of the grape from the juice first. So as you can see on this second line, first you separate the skins and the juice, then you ferment the juice, without the skins, and then you age it in oak barrel or whatever else you're going to do with it. Now, orange wine is the same process as making red wine, but with white grapes. That means that white grapes are basically crushed together with the skins and then fermented, all together without separating them. So instead of having a crisp, crisp, bright wine, you have something that's a little more, drinks a little more like a red, a little more textured, a little more like tannic structure, a little more complex. And in this particular case, it's also made in Qvevri, which are these clay jars that you find, that are still made today in Georgia. They're buried in the ground for temperature control. The next wine is one of my favorites. This is quintessential Georgian party wine. It's a super easy drinking red that is just fun to consume. This is the kind of wine that Georgians make because they have such a long tradition of drinking wine, and they understand that not everybody appreciates wine to the same degree. Has very low tannic structure. It's very mild, very smooth, and very light. At Georgian feasts, people drink a lot of wine. The wine is just there as part of culture. It's more of a vehicle to have conversation, to say toasts, and to just enjoy sort of time with your friends and family. Sacchino is a lighter style, light-bodied wine that's easy to drink and is enjoyed in large companies because it's a style that's not too complex and easy for everyone to understand. All right, that wraps it up. I hope you join me next time. I'll be talking about Saperavi, the red-fleshed grape of Georgia. I picked out 3 different Saperavis from different regions and different styles, and we'll be digging into that next.